What is going on, guys? Today is 1:14. Let's get into price action today. Nothing too eventful, I will say. As you can see here, we were bullish overall in the day, breaking structure here. We're also inversing this 4-hour gap. This is on ES. And we were inside this 4-hour gap. Wanted to see some rejection off of it up to this high. I was really looking for longs today due to the bullish structure on the higher time frame. And as you can see, we were also bullish on the on the 1 hour as well. In Q, recently these pairs have been uncorrelated lately, and today was a great example of how to resist those urges of falling into FOMO, which I've been trying to practice. So today, right, we were also bullish inside this 4-hour gap in Q, as well as the 1 hour. We actually broke structure right before market open. It looks like we actually tapped into this 1 hour gap and then went down. We had SMTs at the highs, we had SMTs at the lows. Just a good example of not to trade today. But yeah, so how this played out was clearly price dumped. Right off open, price started dumping, right? In Q going down as ES was going up at 9:30 here. So we started ripping up. We had SMTs at the highs, we had SMTs at the lows, and we were moving in opposite directions. Very uncorrelated day today. Now, I didn't take this trade. It was just a mock trade. Clearly didn't play out accordingly. But we were resisting off this 4 hour here. We still currently are. Looks like we came all the way down here. Look at this giant wick. That is disgusting. We came down, swept all these draws in liquidity, and moved back higher, respecting the 4 hour. I was looking for this 5-minute continuation out of this range here. We clearly didn't respect the equilibrium here or the fair value gaps. We ended up inversing it. Saw price sweep these 15-minute and 5-minute lows. We're moving higher. But like I said, I didn't take this trade, and it wouldn't have been a good trade. I didn't see any lower time frame confluences, and like I said, I've been trying to practice this stillness to better my feeling of FOMO and to, not act on it as much. But clearly today, this is ES. Not pretty, not pretty. NQ had some structure for sure. The only trade I could have saw myself taking here, if price was not uncorrelated, was this continuation off this 5-minute, probably into this equilibrium here, right here, and then taking this inverse, probably here, right? That would have been the trade, but a couple reasons why we didn't trade today. One, market open, moving opposite directions. Two, multiple SMTs at the highs and the lows creates unprobable conditions. Three, we didn't have any higher time frame bear structure up until 10 o'clock at least. Up until 10 o'clock, right? When the 6 o'clock candle closed, then we showed 4-hour bear structure, which could have absolutely taken a trade off. But I had gotten off before then and decided to preserve my capital, be defensive, and not fall in. I didn't want to stay on for too much longer due to me falling into FOMO. I find that very often, especially when I literally tell myself, I'm like, this is not good structure. This looks like a bad day. This looks improbable. And then what do you know? I end up taking a trade that's bad. Usually how it works. Usually how it ends up. So today, resisted all urges by simply logging off. And there's absolutely structure here. There's the setup, there's structure. But I think after I saw these lows get taken, as we're in bullish structure, ES was still looking bullish, still moving higher. Yeah, just shows a lot of improbable conditions in the market during that time. So, yeah, that is how the cookie crumbles. No trades for me. Like I said, need to practice this stillness so that the FOMO does not even trigger me. So by identifying bad days like today and just logging off and getting off. So I've set new rules for myself. It's if I see price going in opposite directions, get off. If I see multiple S&Ts at the highs and lows, get off, because I tend to get confused, and that is not good for me. But yeah, nothing from me, nothing to see here. Like I said, the only good trade that looks good is this 5-minute continuation of the equilibrium. But I think if we were even in bear structure, I wouldn't take this. Actually, cap. I probably would take this trade if we were in bear structure. There was always potential here. Always potential here, but the other index was not presenting very pretty. We were uncorrelated, looking ugly. Trades were here, but it's better to find the best trades possible, find the best structure, and the best probability. And today was simply not presenting. So, that being said, that is all I got for you. It's going to be a short one. Practicing stillness. Practice stillness. Because you get in those moments where you are feeling that pressure to enter because you think you're going to miss a trade. Be okay with that. Be okay with missing that trade, because that's what I keep telling myself. If I am okay with missing out on a trade, I will not fall into FOMO. I will not. You will see your strategy and you will know that you need to enter on this. That price is presenting for you today. Price did not present as planned. So there were longs, would absolutely smack those, but moving in opposite directions, off open, and creating SMTs at the highs and lows. So no trade. Simple as that. Make it easy, make it quick. Get the fuck off if that shit is trash. But anyways, I'll see y'all tomorrow. We have Thursday, we got Friday. Doesn't matter, because we always have the week after. We have the week after that. We have the next month. Just remember, you are not in a rush to get that payout. You are not in a rush to become profitable. Let that shit come to you. Let that shit flow to you, because it will happen in your time, on your timeline. You cannot skip over lessons that need to be learned, experiences that need to be experienced. You have to go through it all. And within your own timeline and with the right timing, you can become profitable within a week. You can get a payout in a week. You can pass that same funded in the same week. It's all possible in a short amount of time. But the time to understand and discover your true self, your true profitable self, is what takes the longest. The mental side of trading is the hardest part. You can trade without a strategy. You can trade the same strategy. You can trade a different strategy. It doesn't matter your strategy. It matters that you have mastered yourself, mastered your patience, your discipline, your consistency, your performance. Most of all, you need to be performing on the same high level every single day. That is when you will finally see results and progress. So, that being said, I won't let y'all hear this yap anymore. So, no trades. Chill day. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.